We're joined by the Counsel for the Enforcement Directorate, Hiten. Hiten, thanks very much for joining us here on CNBC TV 18. Can you take us through what the process is? I understand the UK Home Department on the 21st of February had conveyed the Ministry of External Affairs' request for extradition. Can you take us through what the process will now be and how long will the extradition process take?
It's difficult to tell as to how long it will take. Looking to the U.S. government and U.S. government's law in respect of extradition. But we hope that our finance minister will definitely try to expedite this extradition process now, as he has expedited his arrest. So most probably within a month or so, he should be brought back to India.
You're saying within a month or two, he will be brought back to India? That's what the assumption that you're working with?
Exactly. Exactly.
What are the grounds for extradition, if you can take us through the plea that's been made by the Indian authorities?
As far as extradition plea is concerned, we have a strong EMLAT treaty between the two countries. The relations between the two countries are also very cordial. And then we have a finance minister who himself is a lawyer. So definitely we know how to get the things done. As we have expedited the arrest, we'll definitely expedite his extradition as well.
And you feel confident that you will be able to have Vijay Mallya back in the country in about a month's time?
When we obtained NBW also, that time also we were confident. Right now also we are confident. We'll make all the efforts.
Okay. If you can just hold on, Hiten, for a second. Yeah. We've also got Jethmalani, thanks very much for joining us. That was the Counsel for the Enforcement Directorate saying that they feel confident that Vijay Mallya will be brought back to India within a month or so. Would you concur, sir?
Well, I don't know. You might want to ask him, since he's online, whether it's deportation or extradition, because it's open to the British government. I know the British government very rarely deports people, but Mr. Mallya has no passport. So they might even be considering deportation. Extradition is when somebody is validly living in a country and then you seek to get him back. But in this case, he doesn't even have any travel documents. So he's
travel documents. That's right. Let me get that clarification from Hiten. Hiten, if you could hear Mahesh Jethmalani there. Is it extradition or deportation?
Mahesh sir, I'm told that he has been arrested under EMLAT treaty, and if that is in respect of, then we don't require any travel document. He can be definitely handed over to the ED officials.
That's right. That's so he may be deported without extradition.
Yeah. That's possible. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And that's exactly what I told them, that looking at the UK's law, extradition and deportation both will be very difficult, but we will try. We have a good finance minister. We have a good lawyer in him. We'll try to expedite the things.
Yeah, and we have competent prosecutors like you.
So, Mr. Jethmalani, Hiten clarifying that this has been done under the EMLAT treaty. So, where does this leave this case then, sir, and the possibility of Vijay Mallya being brought back to India?
Well, I mean, it's an excellent chance of getting him back. I mean, if there are going to be extradition proceedings involved in the matter, it may take a little longer than a month. I think a month may be a little optimistic. If it's deportation, it should be much sooner. If it's extradition, it won't be more than 3 months. May not be a month, but, prosecutors are entitled to be optimistic.
But how do you see the UK authorities reacting to this particular matter? Vijay Mallya has, of course, been accusing politicians on both sides, the government as well as the opposition, of using him as a ping-pong ball. He believes that he's a victim of a political witch hunt. He, of course, has denied any claims of siphoning funds, etc. He says it was a business decision that's gone wrong. Given our previous history when it comes to extradition, specifically from the UK, how do you see the UK authorities reacting to this or taking cognizance of this?
Well, there's not been much extradition proceedings at our instance as far as corruption and financial defaults are concerned. It's not a financial default, it's a case of prevention of money laundering and a CBI case under the Prevention of Corruption Act. So this is a little more serious, and I think with the UN Convention on Corruption, nobody wants to be seen, no country wants to be seen, particularly not a democratic country committed to the rule of law like the UK, that they are harboring or becoming safe havens for criminals overseas. So times have changed.
Let me go back to... Yes. Times have changed and principles have changed. But Hiten, if I could go back to you now and again, if you can throw some more color and light on the plea that the Indian authorities have put forward to the UK authorities. You know, it obviously, I would imagine, goes beyond just talking about a loan default. It will talk about the possible siphoning of funds.
Hello?
Yes, Hiten.
Hello? Sorry, I lost you in between.
Yeah, I was just asking you about the plea that the Indian authorities have made. I would imagine that they've gone beyond accusing Vijay Mallya of merely defaulting on a loan. It probably rests its case on the fact that there has been siphoning of money.
There has been. Of course, there are allegations of siphoning of money which has been used for some other purpose for which it was actually obtained for, other than the purpose for what it was obtained for. And all these pleas will be definitely raised. And then, see, as far as the convention treaty goes,
We seem to have lost that line with Hiten. We'll reconnect. But Mahesh, Jethmalani, this is what I'm given to understand, that the CBI charge sheet doesn't speak of loan default, but speaks of criminal charges, alleges cheating and conspiracy in the grant to loans by IDBI to Kingfisher in 2009. It also alleges that Vijay Mallya laundered a large chunk of these loans abroad for his personal use. It does not speak of loan default, is my understanding of the CBI charge sheet.
If it was a simple case of loan default, it would not be a criminal case in the first place. It would be a purely civil issue and a recovery of money. This is a criminal case, and it's a serious criminal case because, as you pointed out, it's an allegation by the CBI of prevention of corruption by IDBI officials, the beneficiary of which was Vijay Mallya, and then laundering by Vijay Mallya of those funds received illegally or corruptly by him. And that's the ED angle of prevention of money laundering.
Yes. Hiten, we lost you in the middle. Sorry, go ahead. You were finishing your argument.
No, I was just saying we have a convention treaty among the countries, and being money laundering as one of the very seriously taken offense throughout the world, I think Vijay Mallya has a very bad case. It's difficult for him to get out of that.